G'day YouTubers, and thank you for tuning in to today's video on YouTube. I'm back outside in the backyard garden, and I've actually decided to capture something quite interesting. There's a lot of birds outside, even though we've just gone past by the big garden birdwatch event that the ISPB organised us. And I'm actually seeing so many goldfinches on that tree, which is actually quite fascinating. Doing a bit of treetop bird watching this time on a different neighbourhood. Even though I shouldn't be doing it, because, hey, it's a bit rude to do so, but hey, there's a lot of birds right here inside. I'm actually seeing so many, lots of goldfinches inside that are pretty much chirping. Mind you, I wonder if I could pretty much scare the crap out of these guys and just start clapping so loudly they might start flying away. Who knows about that? But hey, it's a wonderful sight. We've got a magpie who has decided to barge in. Quite frankly, rude, that magpie. That rude little bugger. The big one, actually. He's kind of straightforward, wanting to have a bit of a rest. But the goldfinch, man, look at that, mate. Look at how much the goldfinches are just straightforward, exchanging places. You know, branch by branch. Oh, look at that! I can just see a few of them moving. They are quite difficult to spot on footage, but you'll be able to see them if you have a pair of binoculars. And I've got no idea how many there are. There's probably about a dozen of them. It's quite amazing somehow that there's so many goldfinches roosting right here somehow. To be honest, it's actually quite a good sight seeing so many goldfinches just chirping melodiously. Look at that. That's a lot of goldfinches. They're so everywhere. They're freaking everywhere on my entire neighbourhood here. It's quite amazing somehow that this neighbourhood has a lot of trees to support the birds, and there's a wood pigeon right here. Pretty fantastic when you see a lot of goldfinches. Maybe the odd occasional long-tailed tit might be perfect to spot. Whoa, do you see there's quite a few of them? Actually, look at that. It's actually quite a big prominence of goldfinches. There's blue tits, great tits. Look at how many there are. They are just straightforward everywhere at this point. They should be on the lookout for sparrowhawks, other corvids like the magpies and the crows, and possibly cats, because cats are perfect killers. But then hey, it's wonderful seeing so many goldfinches right here. Look out for the fact that they almost look like flying balloons or lollipops. That's when whenever I see small songbirds, that's what they look like. In fact, there's actually quite a dense communal roost right here. It's actually quite hard to spot, but if I zoom in closely towards right over here, there's a lot more movement. There's a lot much more exchange activity going on here. And the magpie finally comes back down. Noticing how the goldfinches chop and change via location. The days are getting a little bit longer, even though they are getting pretty cold somehow. We have came up from a relatively volatile stormy event, which was of course Storm Chandra. That windstorm that was named after an Indian god or goddess. Well, I wouldn't probably think so. It's probably an Indian word. Probably something to do with the moon or Mother Nature. And some of them have decided to leave, but this is actually quite impressive. And actually seeing a lot of goldfinches. Sorry for the camera movement here. We've already had a lot of wet weather so far, but this time I'm going to be doing a bit of bird watching, because it's just pretty much fun to watch. That is a lot of goldfinches on that top of the tree. I don't know what tree is this. We are coming up towards spring, which is a good sign, but I think most of these goldfinches would have been either birds congregating to each other, or possibly Scandinavian individuals. Most likely Scandinavian individuals, but I might be totally wrong. Or it could be any other part of Europe. I have no idea, but that is a lot of goldfinches here. Actually, you know what? This does look quite visibly interesting. Seeing so many of them, actually. There's actually quite a lot of goldfinches. Right over here, there's quite a big prominent sign of them here. Oh, down they go. Right towards the other tree. Oh, look at that. They're all going to the other part. Oh, look at that. Some of them have decided to leave, and they're going to go right over towards my tree here. I want to get close to them. It's actually quite a few goldfinches right over here, and some of them have decided to exchange for another tree. Somehow it's fascinating to watch. Strangely enough, of course you've seen the dead nasturtiums, haven't you? Quite a lot of dead nasturtiums, because obviously it was still stuck in the middle of winter. And those freaking spikes. It's just so ugly seeing the garden like that. But hey, here they go. There's a few goldfinches right here. Quite amazing somehow. I could have just watched at that spot, you know. Yes, as I can tell, spring is on its way. As you can see, the buds are starting to straightforward shoot out. Quite amazing seeing a lot of goldfinches. I can't show you the actual appearance of these birds, but mind you, they do look stunning. I do try to film as careful as I do, because, you know, I've got to watch my tablet and all of the other surroundings and that sort of thing. But yeah, that's actually impressive seeing quite a lot of goldfinches while being interrupted by a magpie and a wood pigeon. But who cares about large birds, because hey, back in your backyard garden, we're seeing a lot of small birds. And look at them, they're just going like wild. That's just amazing. I can hear just a few chirping right somewhere, but it's wonderful. I don't think it's that territorial, to be honest. But it's wonderful to see quite a few goldfinches. And there's one right here. Actually, there's a pair of them. Just so nice seeing a bit of goldfinch activity. And there's a magpie. There's one here. There might be two of each, I guess. Yeah, that was actually quite fascinating watching a big flock of goldfinches. Actually, quite a small communal roost of goldfinches. There you go. Who would never have thought that I could be doing bird watching in my backyard garden? Well, new backyard garden, because hey. Oh, some parakeets! That was quite a very good bonus to finish off the whole video. Put off a bit of an air show somehow from Mother Nature. That's quite surprising seeing the parakeets flying past by me. That was really fast. Must have took off like a dozen formation of jet engines. I'm sorry, jet fighters. How crazy is that, seeing the parakeets? They just buzz so fast. Right, I'm going to go back and do other stuff, because hey, after the complete deluge by Storm Chandra, you know what, with all this wet weather and stuff, it feels like I'm totally finished. Guess what, I'm going to kick those goddamn flower beds, even though it's starting to rain again. We've already had a massive deluge of wet weather today, and look at that. No big surprise. I'm going to go ahead and start doing other stuff and just do the right thing by just not messing up in the backyard garden by pouring out all of that water. Anyways, I'm going to straightforward leave this video as it is. It was pretty fun bird watching right over on the other side of my neighborhood here to see some birds, particularly goldfinches, parakeets, magpies, one wood pigeon, that's all. So I'm going to leave this video here. If you really enjoyed it, please give this video a very good like, subscribe for more fluff videos in the future. Sorry for the rough and ready shots, but hey, it was pretty fun filming goldfinches roosting on that tree here, which I can't really tell. As always, thanks so much for watching, and bye for now.